Good morning. Wednesday made it around again, huh? I'm having issues with sound, my music this morning. I hope my vocals are coming across okay. It sounded really distorted. I'm not sure why. It wasn't like that when I first turned things on this morning, and I don't know. We just did some updates on some of the stuff in the computer. I don't know if that caused it or not. But I didn't have time to troubleshoot because my troubleshooting efforts take a very long time. So no music today. We'll just have to make up our own beat as we go. Meet me back in your workout space. I've got some weights in front of me. I have 2s and 3s and 5s. So I have some choices. Choices are always good. We're going to start with a warm-up. And I've got my little trusty timer here. I have a new timer coming. It should have been here by now. That's easier to see. Right now, I have to make like this Stonehenge thing out here for a shadow so I can see those numbers. So we're going to start with just a little stretching warm-up. Inhale, reach up, exhale. Bend your knees a bit as you fold forward until you feel a nice stretch in your hamstrings. Then take your hands to your knees, to your shins, to your thighs. Lengthen out through the spine. So in this shape, I'm reaching with the crown of my head forward and with my sit bones back. Then bend the knees again and reach up. We'll just keep doing that. If you do yoga, you'll recognize this. I call this a sun breath, but it's just a nice overall wake up the joints. You can even pause to pick some apples while you're up here. Breathe. Keeping the knees bent helps to protect the low back as we fold forward at the hip creases. Instead of rounding, that movement comes from my hips and pelvis. If you round the back as you come forward, the weight of the torso causes a tug on the sit bones and causes strain on the low back. We'll do 2 more. Wake up. And 1 more. Little wiggles. All right, now bring your feet wide. We'll do our swoopy squats, so toes turned out. And reach down with one arm up and around, nice and slow to begin with. Wake things up. Focus on form, the alignment. As we're squatting, anytime we bend the knees, when we're in an upright position, bearing the weight of the body. The knee movement should line up with the center of the foot. Where the toes go, the knee goes. I think it's something like that. A trainer of mine told me that. But that keeps everything lined up so you protect your knees. So if I had my feet turned forward, my knees would want to bend out and my toes would be forward, and that's not good alignment. So let's do 1 more each side. Now stay in this wide stance with the toes turned out, and we're going to start moving side to side. So again, I'm hinging right here at the hips. Spine is neutral and shifting, warming up all of these joints. And feel the sensation as you're warming up. So you feel the joint spaces, start to feel that stretch in the muscles. And maybe there's an invitation to go a little deeper. So be present. Don't just go through this mindlessly. The only way you're going to know what's best for your body is to be present. Now let's go to the right and we're going to hold. And breathe. Up to the center, exhale, over to the left and hold. And breathe. Now go back over to the right again. Come on to the heel of the left, drawing the toes towards the knees. Squeeze the muscles of the thigh to the bone. And the other way. Right toes, lift them up. I'm on my heel, but I'm squeezing the thigh muscles. It could be easy to hyperextend the knee here, so we don't want that to happen. Lift the kneecap. We'll do one more of these each side. Maybe a little lower. Again, the movement for the torso comes from the hips. I'm hinging and come back to center. Now we're going to turn. So you can maybe see in the side camera or maybe the front camera. This back foot is turned out just a little bit. Front foot facing forward. I'm going to hinge at the hips. Get a nice stretch in the hamstrings and the calf muscles. Even back here in my back, where are you feeling it? Reach around with those arms. And come up, pivot, second side, fold, and stretch. So you can come down to the mat, you can stay up here, just don't push down on the leg to hyperextend the knee. Keep this leg engaged, lift the kneecaps. And then back to center, or back to that, we call this goddess squat. Let's do both arms, swoop up, around and down. Maybe a little faster this time. Let's start to get the heart rate up. Maybe a little lower with the hips. Joints should feel like you just oiled them. All this movement keeps them hydrated and ready for movement. Let's do 3 more. And then back to center, walk it out a little bit. So that was our warm-up. Grab a drink. I'll get some cardio going. You can use light weights or not with this one. It's a staggered stance. So I'm on my left leg. My right leg, the toes are touching. And it's just a swing of the arms. So without weights is good. With some weights, better, I guess, for heart rate. And then we'll switch. We're going to do a minute each side. And then we'll do a high knee march. So this, driving the knee up as opposed to bringing those hands down. Get the heart rate up. Grab one more drink. We're going to do a minute of each of those. Let me reset Stonehenge over here. All right, if you're going to use weights, grab them. I'm on my left leg, got my toe down on my right. Here we go. So control this swing. Don't let this be just a pendulum. Just control it. Keep the torso as still as you can and isolate the movement into the arms. If you want to pick up the heart rate, pick up the pace. 30 more seconds this side. Adding the arms increases the heart rate. The staggered stance, good for agility and balance. I missed the music. I don't know what happened. Right after we did the updates, there was a warning on there about some distortion was detected, but I did what it told me to do, and it was fine. It was fine this morning. Let's switch, so I don't know what it was. I'll have to wait till my IT department has time to help me. That's my husband. Sometimes my daughter does, but she's off to college, so. And they both grumble. I have a grumpy IT department. 30 more seconds this side. Keep it up. Hopefully you're feeling the heart rate increase. I just realized I didn't turn on my big light. I'll have to do that when I'm done here. I got distracted with the sound. The older you get, I think the more you're like a kid in that respect. It's so easy to distract me. Look, another shiny thing over here. And then put those weights down. We'll go to our high knee march. So remember, try to bring the knees up to the hands. So now we're using arms and legs. Legs have big muscles. Those big muscles take big amounts of blood. Big amounts of blood mean the heart has to pump stronger and faster. And that's good. That's our cardio. Keep going, another 20 seconds. Ten more seconds. Drive them a little higher. Try to keep your torso neutral. Movements in the arms and in the legs. 3, 2, 1. Grab a drink. I'm going to turn on my other light over here. Let there be light. Here we go. It makes a little bit of difference. Okay, so first circuit. We're going to have movement circuits with some weight, so strength. And then we'll have a couple of cardio circuits as well. First circuit is for strength. We'll do these for 5 minutes. I'll tell you how many reps of each of these, and we'll do as many reps as possible. AMRAP, as many reps as possible. That's a big term in the fitness industry, I guess. So the first one is a wide-legged plank with a twist. So plank, wide, reach up and twist. Now your torso will move a bit, but try to minimize the hip movement and bring more of a twist to the shoulders. Modification can be on the knees. So kneeling plank is with your hips lower than your shoulders, knees back behind the hips. This is table. You could do it in table too, I guess, but you can come into a modified side plank. A modified plank and twisting. And then the second one, we come back up, back to our lunges, our side lunges, starting with the feet together, hands at heart. I'm going to step out and lunge and reach. Step out, lunge and reach. So for the plank with the twist, 10 each side. For the reach sideways, 10 each side. We'll do 10 and then 10. And then we'll grab one heavy, one lightweight. I'm going to keep the lightweight in my left hand to start out with, and the heavyweight in my right. So I'm going to do a bicep curl in my right, and then tricep extension in my left. So lightweight is for tricep, heavyweight is for bicep. 10 of these each side. So 10 each side, plank twists. I call this willow reach because it's a side bend. 10 of those each side, and then 10 of the bicep curls, tricep extensions. Okay, here we go. 5 minutes total. We're going to start out with our plank. We'll do 10 each side. 1, 2. I'm halfway there now. You can go faster than me or slower than me. I've got one more. And now up for willow reach, 10 each side. Start in the center, step out, side bend, and back. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, second side, 1. You can alternate sides if you want to, 2, 3, 4. I like to set up that lunge kind of first and then add the side bend. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Squat to grab weights. 1 heavy, 1 light. Heavy in the right, light in the left. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now switch weights and switch movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Squat to put your weights down. Back to the twisting wide-legged planks. 10 each side. Here we go. I've got 2 more. And then up for the willow reaches. Start in the center. 10 on each side. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. Second side. 1. We're at 4 minutes. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We have 30 seconds left. Grab 1 light, 1 heavy. Here we go. 1, 2, let's do 5 on each side. 3, 4, 5. Switch sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5 minutes. Grab a drink. I'll reset Stonehenge. I should set up a bunch of my yoga blocks to make it look like Stonehenge, right? There. That looks a little more like Stonehenge. Oh, you can see it on the side camera, sort of. All right. Now the next circuit, 3 minutes, a minute each of some cardio. The first one is just side taps. And then the second one, we're going to just morph right into skaters. So you can make the skaters low impact, just reach behind you, or high impact by launching yourself off your foot and adding a little hop. And then the third is a minute jog. So you got control over this. You can go faster. You can lift those knees higher, pump the hands stronger. A minute of each. I'm going to grab 1 more drink. Side taps, skaters, jog. A minute apiece. Here we go. So with the side taps, you can increase the frequency as you move side to side. So your speed, increase the reach of the leg. You can add some arms if you want to. Pumping up that heart rate. So now I'm using arms and legs. My heart rate has to increase to keep that blood flowing, supplying those big muscles with what they need to keep me moving. I got 15 more seconds of this. Now we're going to switch to our skaters, so you can do this, or you can make it more plyometric and take a little leap. Feel the breath get faster and deeper. Feel the sweat. All good things. 30 more seconds of this. So a little agility in this as well, right? Little side-to-side movement. We don't do a lot of that in our activities of daily life, but we need that. 5 more seconds, and we're going to switch to our jog. Here we go. For a minute. And jogging in place drives me nuts, so I like to move around, make it interesting. If your family's still asleep, jog through their bedroom, you have 45 seconds. 30 more seconds, maybe turbocharge this a bit. Pump those arms higher, lift those knees higher. Ten more seconds. Finish strong. Three, two, one. Put your hand to your heart. If you want to check a pulse, do it from your wrist. So right below the thumb, in that little groove between that tendon and the bone, you'll find the radial pulse. If you take it at the neck, the carotid artery, there's some sensors there that react to the pressure of the fingertips on the carotid artery that will slow your heart rate down. So you're not going to get your peak heart rate by going up here. Just a tip. All right, so we'll take a little break here. Grab some water. And the next circuit, strength. We'll get our weights. I'm going to take my middle of the road weights. So I've got 2s, 3s, and 5s up here. First one is dead march, I call it. So dead lift is with the feet parallel, and we keep the weights really close to the legs. This one's a little asymmetric, so I'm going to balance. I'm balancing on my left now. That left leg's out long, and it's the same thing. I'm just coming forward a bit to skim that leg. Again, the movement is at the hips. This one is an easy one to start rounding in because the weights will drag you unless you're doing this mindfully. So keep the shoulders in line. And we'll switch. We'll do 10 of those each side. And then we're going to kneel for the tricep extension, bicep curl. So this adds a little more core work. And since we're kneeling, we've got those stabilizers working a little harder in this less than typical stance. And then we'll come to bridge. And you'll need one weight for this. I would take either a light or a medium weight. So feet on the mat, heels lined up with your sit bones. You're going to lift. Arms are out in the shape of a T. The arm that has the weight, you're going to do a fly. So try not to bring that arm down to rest. Come up to the midline and back down. Keep the hips lifted. Keep pushing the knees away. Keep the thighs reaching towards each other. They don't press. They just stay in line with the hips. It's easy to start letting the knees go out. And when the knees go out, that's that position we don't want in the knees. So my toes are pointed forward, my knees are bent, and they're open. That's not a good thing. All right. Let me grab one more drink, and then we'll get started. So grab your weights. I think I'm going to go with the heavy ones for the dead march. 10 of these on each side. Weight on one leg, extend the other out just a bit. Here we go. Hinge at the hips. Squeeze the glutes when you come up. Second side. So the standing leg has a little bit of a bend in the knee. Don't round in the back. And then put one weight down and grab a second one that's not the same weight. So I've got a heavy and a light. Heavy weight is in the curling arm. Light weight is in the tricep extension. 10 on each side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Second side. And then laying down for your bridge, I'm going to take a lighter weight. Arms in a T, lift into bridge, one arm, 10 times, flies. Try not to rest the arm on the floor so you keep tension in those muscles for the whole trip. Now shift the weight to the other hand, but drop it down by your pelvis. In case you drop it, you don't want it on your face. Second side. 10. Check on your bridge lift. Last one for me, 10. And then coming up, grab, I'm going to take my heavy weights, and we'll do our dead march. 10 each side. Here we go. Squeeze at the top. Second side. And then coming down to the knees, dropping one of your heavies and picking up a medium or light. Heavy is in the curling arm, light is in tricep extension, 10 each side. Second side. We're at 4 minutes and 20 seconds. Come down for your bridge, and we'll just do 6 on each side as we're coming in on our 5 minutes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Switch hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and done. That was 5 minutes and 10 seconds. We went over a little. Alrighty, grab a drink. And now we'll do some more cardio. So this cardio is another one of those, as many reps as possible over the course of 3 minutes. So we're going to start with our jogs, 10 of these. So each side counts as 1. And then we'll do either jumping jacks or side jacks. So we'll count the arms, 10 arm movements. And then into our side taps again. So side taps. And we'll count each side. We'll be consistent. So then we'll move into our skaters, counting each side as 1, 10. So 10 jogs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And jumping jacks, 10 or side jacks. So since I'm doing side jacks, you might be doing jumping jacks. We'll just count the movement of the arms. So we're on track. And then side taps, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then skaters, 1, 2, and then cycle back through. So jog, jumping jacks, side taps, skaters. A minute, 3 minutes, as many reps of those as possible. Reset and go. So jog, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, jumping jacks, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Side taps, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Skaters, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Back to jogs, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Jumping jacks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Side taps, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll whisper, 8, 9, 10. Skaters, 1, 2, 4. Jog. Jumping jacks, 1. Side taps, 1, 2, 3. We're halfway there. And skaters. 10. Back to jogs, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Jumping jacks. 10. And what's next? Side taps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2 skaters. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and jog. We got 45 seconds. 7, 8, 9, 10. Jumping jacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Side taps. 1, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Skaters, 2, 5. We'll finish out with skaters. We got 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Take a break. Heart rate should be up. You can practice checking for your radial pulse. So if you go up the thumb, at the base of the thumb, and as your heart rate increases, sometimes it gets a little tougher to feel because it's just a more rapid pulsation. Okay. Next strength circuit. Final strength circuit. So we're going to come into, we'll need one weight. I'm going to get my heavier weight. Come into feet together, knees are bent. I can see my toes. Hinge at the hips. I've got the weight in one hand. I'm going to do a row. So row, reach over. We've done these before. Drop it. Row, reach over, drop it. So it takes some coordination. We've got this narrow stance, so some stabilization, some agility, some balance. We're going to do 10 on each side, so I'll just count one side so I don't get confused. And then we'll do our side lunge again. So we'll go side to side. We're going to weave that weight as we go side to side. Check the knee right down the center of the foot. So you're kind of always reaching towards the pinky edge of that foot so that the knee tracks right down the center. It's easy to get tired and let that knee come this way. You don't want that. And then, so we are going to do that tricep extension, bicep curl again, but this time we're going to do it in a kneeling lunge. So I'll do the curl on the side that the leg's back. On the extension on the side that the knee's forward. We'll do 10 and then we'll switch everything. So again, more stabilization, still working the muscles of the arms, but we got that move down now. Let's add a little more for our brain and body to deal with. Okay, one more drink. I'm going to get my heavier weight. Come to that. Feet together, knees bend, hip hinge, row, reach over, grab it. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I don't think I told you reps, but I've been pretty consistent. We'll do 10 on each side of these as well. Toes turned out, lunge, big figure 8 with the weight. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10. Grab a lighter weight. You're going to come to a kneeling lunge. You're going to step back, drop the knee. If you stay on the ball of the foot, it's a little more balance challengey. If you come to the, or in my body, if you come to the top of the foot, I don't know, it's still a balance challenge, but I think it's a little easier. So you decide. Here we go, 10 on each side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now switch legs and switch weights. Switch movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Put down the light weight. Come back to your narrow stance. Here we go, 10 on each side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we're going to do our lunge with our figure 8 weave. We are at 3. Oh, actually, we're done because I was going for, no, I'm going for 5 minutes. We're not done. Sorry. Fooled ya. Let's do our figure 8. 10 on each side. That was 1, 2, 3. It's cardio I was doing for 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So you have an option here with this lunge. You can do kneeling lunge, or you can come into a lunge. I'm going to stay in a high lunge. 10 each side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switch sides. So when you're in a lunge like this, it's important to keep the legs hip distance apart. It's easy to become more in line with the midline, like you're on a tightrope. That makes it a lot harder to balance. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So we're close enough to done to be done. I want to do just a little bit of balance, and then we'll take a few breaths together to cool down. So again, feet hip distance apart. So feel that stability. Now I want you to stack the feet. Maybe you can see on the side camera. I'm going to put my heel in front of my toes. And then switch sides. Bring your hands closer to heart if that's easy. Bring the arms above you if it's still easy. Close your eyes if it's easy. Those are all ways that you can challenge your balance. And then back to hip distance apart. So a little stretch with some balance. I'm balancing on the right. Lift the left knee. Now cross the left ankle past the right thigh. Stay here or fold forward. Get your nice stretch while you're balancing. Now keep the leg here, rise up. Slide that little toe down to kiss the one that's on the floor. Now fold forward. Bring your fingertips down. Walk your hands to the right. Take your hips back and to the left. Breathe. Now uncross your feet. Bend your knees a lot. Let your arms hang. Roll up slow. One vertebrae at a time. Roll the shoulders a bit. Second side, balance on the left. Lift the right. Number 4, maybe you stay here, or maybe you fold forward into temple dancer. Feeling that stretch in the hips. Now keep the leg like this. Lift the torso. Slide the little toe down so they touch. Both knees are bent a bit, hinging at the hips. Fold forward. Fingertips to the floor, fingertips to blocks. You can bring the hands over to the left and send the hips back into the right.
Walk the hands forward, uncross the legs. Keep the knees bent a lot. Grab opposite elbows, sway a little bit here. Drop your arms, heavy like elephant trunks. Shake your head, yes. Shake your head, no. Keep your knees bent, come up slowly. Take a couple breaths, one vertebrae at a time. Arms hang, head hangs. As you come up, let the arms swing back, take you into a little bit of a back bend. Lift your gaze. And then back to neutral. Inhale the arms up. Pick a couple more apples. Feel that freedom now. Feel that space, and exhale, arms down. We're done. Another Wednesday under the belt. Have a good Wednesday. Have a good rest of the week. I will see you Friday morning, 7 a.m. right here. Hopefully, keep your fingers crossed. I'll figure out the music. I don't know. Oh, we'll try. If not, maybe keep some music nearby that you can listen to. I have to be careful about copyright, so I have only certain music that I can use. And it can be difficult to get it here. So, fingers crossed. Have a good day.